in gorgeous, bucolic wine country. Dr. Adam Gazzaley, great to be with you.
Thanks. It's a pleasure to be here.
Tell me about your partnership with AIM. How did it come about?
Sure. So I sit on the scientific advisory board for AIM, and I was recommended by a colleague who had already been an advisor to play a role in helping to support mental health in children and adolescents. So it really spoke to me, and I was excited to join the board.
How important is this work today?
This work has been important for a real long time, and it's even getting more important today. I mean, the mental health issues that children face have, been ignored in the past, but they're so clear and rising. And the crisis that we're now is aggravating it in so many ways. So this work is critical, and it's encouraging to me that so many people are starting to recognize that.
You focus particularly on children, their development, and ADHD. How has your partnership with AIM enabled you to do your great work, and what have been your discoveries so far?
Yeah, so most recently, AIM has supported a research study of one of the young postdocs in my lab, Courtney Galen, to be able to do a study using technology. So what we do at our center at UCSF, Neuroscape, is build interactive experiences that help improve brain function. Yeah. And a lot of that focus on attention in children. So AIM has supported a first study, a pilot study that's being done in the Monterey Peninsula, really exciting. Of course, it was delayed because of COVID. But what we've been able to do is actually get IRB approval to do a study where all the participants are remotely involved. So an innovation in itself and a real sort of leap of clinical trials so that everyone doesn't have to come down to a clinic to engage in them, what we call the bricks and mortar trial. Yeah. So this allows us to address much larger numbers and greater diversity.
And somewhat of a game changer in that you're using a computer game, the likes of which have never been used before for this kind of study.
Yeah, so 12 years ago, I had this idea that maybe seemed crazy at the time, but not so much now, of building a video game as a medical treatment to improve our cognition, our thinking. And our first game was actually targeting attention deficits in older adults. And we had a big paper in Nature in 2013, so quite a while ago. And now we help create a whole company, Achille, really devoted to bringing a video game through the medical pathway as a novel treatment. And we recently received FDA approval for this video game treatment for children with ADHD, which is really just happened after 12 years. So it's a big moment for me as a person. But really what we're looking at is the first ever digital non-drug treatment for ADHD and the first video game treatment for any medical condition. So it's exciting times right now.
It's early days, but what are you noticing? What is the study and the work revealing so far?
Yeah, so the research that led to the approval was that we were able to show that children, our study was done on 8 to 12-year-olds that had a diagnosis of ADHD, and we had another game that was like a placebo game. But this particular game, what we showed is that it improved the ability of these children to focus and hold their attention, which is the challenge that they face. As we know, 6 million children in the US are diagnosed with ADHD, and although we have treatments, they're delivered through pills, which has benefits in some, but has side effects in many others. So to be able to bring a novel treatment that has benefits on attention that don't work on the same system of a molecule really opens up a lot of opportunities for these children and their families.
Now, the work's been done close to home, but if someone is curious about how this is going to affect their child in, say, Michigan, in the Central Valley, in New York, how is this work going to affect and touch people across the country?
So now that we're FDA cleared as a medical device, a video game as a medical device, and what that means is in a very short while, doctors will prescribe, just like they right now write prescriptions for pills, a video game, and anyone in the US will have access to this through their physician. So to me, what's so exciting about this, all the details of helping all these children in need, bringing a new treatment to market, but also helping to shift what we think is medicine. For a long time, including when I went to medical school, medicine was drugs. Yeah. And drugs do a lot of really important things to help people's minds and their bodies, but it's not the only medicine that exists. And we've really created a silo around it. And so the ability to be able to open our minds and our perspective to new treatments, to me, is the most gratifying. And that's a lot of what AIM really supports, is innovative thinking, not trying to be caught in this box of what we thought medicine was, but really stretching outside of it.
So this is new in terms of the ratio of sort of non-drug treatment going forward. As a doctor, what is your hope?
Well, there's so many unanswered questions, right? So we want to see doctors sort of embracing this, insurance companies reimbursing it. That's one of our next big challenges. And then the benefit that it has on these children is the type of thing we need to observe in the real world, not just in clinical trial. And the thing that we don't know, but is very interesting, is how will it interact with drugs? Will we be able to decrease the dosages of these molecular treatments to minimize the side effects and have the game and the drug work synergistically together? Sure. So there's just so many unknowns. And then there's also behavioral treatment. So I'm much more excited to think about how to bring all these treatments together and stop trying to put each of them in their own silo.
Yeah. What do you say to parents watching, or grandparents, uncles, aunties, who are dealing with challenged children right now, and they're always looking for hope? So what do you say to them?
I say that it's really important for people to take the difficulties that their children have very seriously, not just, oh, they're kids. Same thing with the other end of the age spectrum. Oh, we're old, right? We should be functioning as high as possible, as happy as possible, as interactive with the people around us as can be. And so if there are challenges, they should be taken seriously. And although there aren't necessarily the perfect solutions right now, I think that there should be optimism and hope. I am aware of so many researchers around the world that are doing really cutting edge, innovative work to try to advance these fields. So I think that over the next 5 years, we'll be seeing so many new exciting treatments, and try to just keep an open mind about them. They're not going to be for everyone, but it's really important just to try to let go of biases and think about treatments in new ways.
How important is the funding?
It's so critical. Look, there are treatments available, undoubtedly, but the need is still very high and it's growing. And the path forward to really make an impact is through research. And that's really what this supports. That's what really AIM's mission is, to help stimulate the really cutting edge research that's going to make a major difference in these children's lives.
Last word, talk to our audience right there and why you're appreciative of the work they're doing.
Yeah, I am super appreciative of the support anyone could give to help this mission. It is so critical, and it's incredibly exciting to me how many people are really investing their time, their energy, their resources to help this mission, and AIM really appreciates it. Thank you.